Hey guys, good evening. It is Radlyn Mendoza and my husband and law partner, John Gardner.
How's everyone doing out there tonight?
We are the owners of Gardner Mendoza Immigration Attorneys in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And as always, as per usual, we are appearing live to answer your questions and to give you guys some immigration updates every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I do want to say that we are not going to be here next Sunday because it is Father's Day. So hello to our TikTok fam as well. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to try to answer all the questions tonight. If you want a better chance at having your question answered, if you guys are on TikTok, then please come on to our Facebook Live. It's Facebook at Gardner Mendoza Law. And if you write your questions in there, we're going to see it. The questions on the TikTok live go by really quickly, and sometimes we miss them. We really, really try not to miss questions. We want to answer them. That's why we're here. And we're happy to be here on this beautiful Sunday evening.
Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well out there. We do this every Sunday night. And I'm going to be looking over here from time to time because this is where our TikTok questions are coming through. So if you have a question, TikTok folks, put it up there and I will get to it and have Radlyn see if she can answer it. And
or you
or me. That's right. And if it's if you are on the Facebook Live, just put them in the comments and we can put them up there. We prefer that because then we can actually post the question so that everybody can see it better. But yeah, we do this every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. We like to answer your questions. We also will be giving you some updates. We give immigration updates, any other legal updates that maybe of interest or we think are important for y'all to know. We want to make sure to keep the community up to date on things that are going on that are important. And we also like to do an inspiring immigration story every week. And tonight we're going to be talking about the conductor and music director of the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. And I will be discussing that just a little bit in a second. But before we go any further, I want to make sure that I let everyone know that when it comes to the information and especially answering the questions, that what we do here is for informational and educational purposes only, that it is technically not legal advice. Okay? We want to make sure that all of you know that. Okay?
Yes, fantastic. Thank you again for joining us. I want to say hello to Elder, to Tita Heaven. What a great name. Anna, great to see you guys. And all the folks that are scrolling on, coming on TikTok as well.
That's right.
We appreciate you guys coming on and we welcome your questions. One thing that I want to say again, we want to just congratulate all the 2021 graduates, right? That's going to be, our daughter's going to be graduating on Wednesday. Our nephew's graduating. Because our daughter's graduating, we have so many friends of hers who are graduating, and we're super proud of all of them in navigating this really tough last year and a half, 2 years. And congratulations to everyone who's going through that, to the parents, to the teachers, and to the graduates who have all gone on this journey together. It's a great milestone. It's a wonderful milestone, and so exciting, and maybe a little bit scary for us anyway, as parents, with our firstborn going off to college. It's going to be fantastic and awesome, positive vibes only, but we do have like a little thread of hopefully everything's going to be okay, and everything is going to be okay. But congratulations to all of you guys. And I also, again, want to say happy Father's Day to everyone on Sunday, especially to my husband and my own dad. And you guys know that this man is an amazing father to our three daughters. And of course, my dad, he is my hero. So happy Father's Day to all the dad heroes out there. And we are not going to be here next Sunday because it is Father's Day. And I think, I haven't told you this, but I think my dad's like, hey, let's go fishing with the grandchildren. So bizarre, but we want to be there for it, whatever it is. But anyway, welcome everyone. So excited. All right. So John is going to kick off with our inspirational immigration story of the week. Yeah. And this one touched our hearts. And
yeah, we know you all have your questions and you want to get them answered. So I won't spend too much time on this, but I really did want to talk about this tonight for a minute as our story. Radlyn and I have a history with the symphony. When we were in law school, one of the things that brought us together was that we both played instruments, violin and viola respectively, in orchestras. And when we were in law school, we shared this love and this passion for music. And we were living in the New York area, going to law school in New Jersey. And
Seton Hall,
that's right. Shout out to all of our Seton Hall friends out there. And we spent a lot of time in the city seeing shows at Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall. And we loved going to see all the symphonies. It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience for us. And so when we moved back to the Hampton Roads area in 1998, one of the first things that we did was we sought out the symphony, the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, and we started to see shows there. That was in 1998.
Yes. To back up a little bit, one of the first outings that we went out, I'm not going to call it a date. It was an outing that we went out as friends, was to a show at Carnegie Hall. And John was very, very excited to be asking me as a friend to go to this concert at Carnegie Hall. Little did I know that he had other motives, but we had a wonderful time. We had espresso before the show. And that's actually the funny story about this. We were at a cafe and John orders espresso, and I looked up to the server and I was like, I'll have an espresso too. And John says, espresso is really strong. And I looked at him, I was like, yeah, we have espresso in Virginia. Don't worry, buddy. So that he knew what he was getting into, right? He knew what he was getting into when he asked me to marry him. He was strong.
I'm a Yankee. I was born in the North. I'm getting better.
Yeah, he just thought I was from backwards Virginia. Like, are you sure this is not Nescafe?
That's right. Anyway, moving forward with the story. Yes, so we when we moved back here in 1998, and we got married, we started to see shows. And one of the things that we would love to do and still do is go to Chrysler Hall in Norfolk to see the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. And for those of you who've seen it before, it's a wonderful orchestra. And the conductor and the music director is a woman named Joanne Falletta, and she is just fantastic. We loved the orchestra so much that for many years we were season ticket holders and have seen many, many shows there through the years. And in fact, we were there again last night. Our team, as a gift before COVID, they got us tickets to see Joanne Falletta conducting the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, some Beethoven pieces, Beethoven's Fifth, The Emperor. And
amazing.
The show had been canceled because of COVID, and then it was rescheduled for last night, and we went to go see it last night, and it was great. So how is this the immigration story, inspirational story of our week? It's that Joanne Falletta is the granddaughter of Italian immigrants. She was born in Queens, New York, but she's the granddaughter of Italian immigrants, and she is also now the music director of the Buffalo Philharmonic. And she has been with the Virginia Symphony Orchestra for 30 years. She will
30 years.
She will be stepping down at the end of this season. And, she feels almost like family to us, because we were sitting there last night just as she was accepting these awards, and I had a few comments about her time here. We just were overwhelmed just thinking about, wow, she's been here all that time, and she's just a real force. As a matter of fact, I saw one of the things. She's a Grammy-winning conductor, and she's been a guest conductor for symphonies all over the country, all over the world, and she's considered the first woman to lead a major America ensemble, and has been credited with bringing the Philharmonic and the Virginia Symphony Orchestra to an unprecedented level of national and international prominence. That's from the New York Times. So that's pretty cool, right?
It is, because it's just something that we never even thought about when we first went. And, she became the director of music and the conductor of Virginia Symphony Orchestra when I was still in high school. And it's just something we took for granted. But when John and I started going to the symphony, I mean, this woman, she's a firecracker. I mean, she's probably not 5 foot tall, right? So of course, that's near and dear to my heart. She's a person of small stature, but I mean, just like incredible conductor. I mean, she jumps and she just has so much amazing energy. And so we were sad last night, because she's retiring, and she gave this acceptance speech of this award, and she started to get choked up, and like just listening to the Beethoven's Emperor. Now we're kind of like going on now, but listening to that Beethoven's Emperor piece, music just moves you, and we thought like all the motions going through my mind, like, okay, we haven't been to a concert in over a year. And it's something that we just absolutely love to do. Not just the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. We love watching Shawn Mendes with our girls, or Taylor Swift, or, these huge concerts where there are 100,000 people at. And it was just moving. It was emotional. And I was thinking about, John's apartment in Hoboken and our apartment at War. I mean, like so many memories, but that's what music does to us. It just touches all of us. But anyway, go ahead, talk about the immigration.
Well, no, I mean, again, we have been watching Joanne Falletta conducting the Virginia Symphony Orchestra for 23 years. I mean, we watched a lot of concerts there, and it's just a reminder of how wonderful immigration is. Right. I mean, her grandparents got on a boat from Italy and went to New York. And as a result of that, we had Joanne Falletta conducting our orchestra here in Hampton Roads for the last 30 years. And lucky us is what I have to say about that. Okay. So congratulations to her. What just a very inspiring story, a trailblazer on top of everything else.
Right.
I mean, a woman, when she took over, that was, unprecedented. So good for her.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just as John said, it's just, we have so many of these amazing people amongst us, and it is because of immigration. And that's just, that really hits home for us. And that's why we're featuring her tonight. So,
all right.
We went a little longer because, John and I love to talk about our love story.
And Joanne Falletta.
Absolutely. So let me just, I'm going to go in order here. Okay. I'm going to try these on and see if I can read these. The readers. All right. It's got a bit of a glare there, but, okay. So Anna has a question. Let me put it up here on the board. Hope you're all okay. We're awesome. Thank you for asking, Anna. I would like to ask about the B2 visa. If I extend my stay, will I have to reapply for B2 visa afterwards? And how soon can I re-enter the United States after staying here for 6 months on the B2 visa? Thank you very much. Best regards. All right. Stay safe. So this question, I believe if a person is just generally speaking, I can't give out legal advice, right? But if a person is in the United States on a B1, B2, and their I-94, which is the document, you get it electronically now, but it shows how long you can stay. Looks like Anna's allowed to stay here up to 6 months. Her question, I believe, is if she files for an extension of that I-94, the status, does she have to do anything with her visa? And the answer is no. If you are, if a person is trying to extend their stay, their I-94 for an additional couple months or additional 6 months, then that's a separate part from the visa that was granted back. And I believe, if I'm not, is Anna from Poland? Did we read that earlier?
I think earlier we did see that.
So that's a separate thing. And so the next question is,
living in the UK was my recollection.
How soon can I re-enter the United States after staying here for 6 months on a B2 visa? That's going to be on a case-by-case basis. There's no right answer for that. If a person is in the United States for 6 full months, they go back to their home country. They come back and try to come back in after a month or 2 or 3 or 2 weeks or whatever the time is. That's going to be an issue with Customs and Border as to why are you coming back in so soon? What's the purpose of your visit? What are you up to? What are you doing? So if it's a quick turnaround, then definitely a person at the port of entry at the airport is going to get questions as to why you are returning so quickly. So you need to have a reason as to why you're coming back. That's going to be satisfactory to the inspecting officer that has to do with a purpose for your B1, B2 trip. Like you can only come into the United States for the intent to visit as a tourist. It can be for business purposes as well, but not, of course, to make money and work. So you'd have to come up with that reason. And hopefully that answers your question, but it's a really good one. All right, let me just see here. Again, we are getting a lot of questions, of questions from TikTok. Thank you guys so much for that. But I'm gonna continue on with our Facebook questions here.
All right. Well,
so we have Miss Evelina. Thank you so much for helping out with the Spanish translations. I see you. I see you. Thank you very much. And Miss Evelina, who we love her, she is saying thank you for bringing me to America to her father, and that is very sweet. You're right. He would be really proud of you. So someone has a question in Spanish and wants to know if we can read in Spanish. And it looks like she wanted to know if we read the message that she sent yesterday. I believe that we saw that, and it's a long question. So let's see. It's from Gil Penley. Gil. So here's my answer to that. We're going to take a look at that, and our team is going to get in touch with Gil with regard to their question that she put in the comments. So we'll take care of that. And I appreciate you coming on to ask that question as well. All right.
Okay. And we have one of the TikTok questions is coming through here. It's not really a question. Maybe he's just hoping that we can shed some light on it. He said his girlfriend just had her tourist visa interview, but it was denied in Indonesia.
Okay.
That's the comment. So maybe I'm guessing that he's wondering what his options are now, what happens next, where do I go from here?
So the girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah. So generally,
tourist visa interview, but it was denied in Indonesia.
Yeah. So it is tough. It's tough to get a tourist visa. And when a tourist visa is denied, then that means that, the person has not established that they have strong ties to the country, or maybe, I don't know what they put on their sheet, or if they even gave her a reason. But, a lot of times it's because we don't think she has enough ties to the country, and that she may go to the United States and not come back. Maybe she mentioned that she has a boyfriend in the United States. And if boyfriend also happens to be a US citizen, then, that's going to go against the B2 issuance of the B2, which it looks like it did here. And again, I don't know what happened and what conversation went on. Probably no conversation. It was probably just like, the interviews are not long. But to answer the question of what to do next, I mean, the answer to that question depends on what do you guys want to do next? Are you planning on getting married? When was the last time that you saw her? So if you guys have seen each other within the past 2 years, then perhaps you can file the fiance visa petition for her. If you want to go to Indonesia, if you can go to Indonesia, I don't know what the restrictions are, then maybe you want to get married and pursue that. So the answer to that question is hard for me. What's next? It just depends on what the plans are for you guys as a couple. It is tough to get a tourist visa to the United States to come visit a boyfriend, or come visit anyone for that matter, because of the need to show the ties to your country and that you are not going to overstay in the United States. Hopefully that helps.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And I just want to mention to the folks who are coming through on TikTok, be patient. We have a lot of questions, and we will get to them just in the order that they come in. So if you have a question, hang in there. Okay.
So I am playing with reading glasses today, guys, and they're kind of a pain. All right, let's see here. We have answered. We're going to thank you. Thank you again, Miss Evelina, for translating. You're so awesome. Let's see. Miss Lakeisha, hello. She has a question. Let's see if I can answer this question here. I am filing. Look at Miss Lakeisha's beautiful smile. Like, so nice. Okay. And the smile is exactly, I've seen the smile via Zoom, and it's exactly like the photo. It's very warm and welcoming and sweet. All right. I'm filing the K-1 visa and my fiance has a 12-year-old son. His son lives with his mother, but after we are married, we would like for his son to come to visit us in the United States. How would I go about getting a visa for him to come visit? Should I attach him to the K-1 visa I am filing? So with regard to that question, all the information on the K-1 needs to be completed. You know, the section of children who are, you know, the child of the fiance, it needs to be completed. Whether or not the son comes with dad on the K-1 is up to you guys. I mean, you would do that at the consular processing stage to pay the additional fee. And that's something that you'd have to add, and adding a child onto, he's 12. Yeah. Adding on a child onto the fiance visa application and through the process, and for him to also immigrate, well, not immigrate, but come to the United States on the K-1. It's a fairly straightforward process as far as doing it is concerned. The other question here is, how do I get a visa for him to come visit? As I had mentioned before, sometimes it can be a little difficult to get a tourist visa, but mom is back home with this child. And so perhaps he would be able to get a tourist visa to come visit his dad, who is now in the United States, because mom is in the country, and that's a tie, right? That's a tie. And if mom has custody of the child, or they share custody, then they may look at that as it is a favorable factor that mom is there and he has that tie. But hopefully I answered your question, Lakeisha. If not, let us know. I'm really blowing through these questions here. Sorry.
All right, here's one from TikTok. So Mickey wants to know, she says that, or he, well, it's she, I was on a J1 visa and had a baby. Now I'm on a B2. Can I have a different visa before my B2 expires?
Well, that's kind of a super open-ended question. Can I have a B2 visa before? I mean, it depends on several factors. Do we have a family member that can petition where you'd be able to get, a green card? Probably not. I think that probably you would have mentioned that in the facts, but I don't know, maybe. There are different employment things that could happen if you had an employer petition, say you're a person of extraordinary ability and there's an O1. I mean, this is a very, very open-ended question, and it's hard for me to, I can't answer it specifically to your facts, because I need to know all of the facts. When we do a consultation, we ask about everything, right? We ask about, is there a potential for an employer to sponsor you? Send us your resume. What family members do you have here in the United States? So that is a maybe answer. And I don't know. I can't give you a full answer without knowing all the facts of your whole life history. And I would not be doing a good service for you to answer that question without knowing more. All right.
Okay, so one question here. What state are you located in? Our office is in Virginia Beach, Virginia. However, it doesn't matter whether you're here or not. Many of our clients are in other states, other countries. And so we do everything virtually right now and have for many years. And so if you want to deal with our law firm, engage our services, you don't need to be here in Virginia Beach. But if you want to come see us in Virginia Beach, that's where our office is. All right.
Yeah, we are currently doing all virtual appointments still. And absolutely. We have somebody messaged me the other day, and, I said, yeah, we have clients actually in California. You want to talk to any of our clients in California? Some of them just got their citizenship. Some of them just got their green card. Right. Feel free to talk to any of our clients. I know it's hard. It's tough to just be, gosh, they're on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. How even is that going to work? We actually have one of our clients did a testimonial about just helping him during the pandemic for his citizenship. So it's not an issue for us, but we completely understand that it could be an issue for you, that you want to have somebody in your own area code. And there are a lot of great immigration attorneys out there, and we totally get that. But we can absolutely help you, and
we can help you no matter where you are. But as Radlyn said, if your comfort level requires that your attorney be in the same area code that you're in, zip code, we get that. That's fine.
Yep. All right. I'm going to put Elder's question up here. So my parent filed for me and it's been 6 months. I have got some political threat in my country and I just get to the state of my B2 visa. Can I file for asylum? If yes, will that drop my family-based green card? I am worried in my case the asylum does not approve. Would that affect my family's base application? So answer is no. This applying for asylum, if you are eligible for asylum, Elder, does not affect the family petition. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, and that's a good question because
really is, yeah.
A lot of people, that's just one context where that was the case. But I think a lot of folks have questions about, hey, if I'm pursuing a case in this particular lane and another lane opens up that I could also pursue it, if I take that other lane, am I going to abandon the prior case that I filed? So that's something to, that's a good question. I like that question because there are a lot of different scenarios where that can apply.
Yeah. And the cool thing about the questions, guys, is that it helps everyone. You know, the questions are going to benefit everyone. And we appreciate them. We appreciate you guys coming on our Facebook Live and answering the questions. We don't know all the answers. We absolutely don't know all the answers. Every case that I've ever done has been a first case. I know that's scary. And I was talking to somebody and I just straight up was like, hey, I've never filed entrepreneurial parole before, but I'll absolutely do it for you. I've never done it before, but let's go. Let's do it. Let's have some fun with it. So great question. Thank you, Elder.
All right. This person wants to know, I just wanted to ask if you can file for citizenship even if your green card has expired. So you've got expired green card, now has decided wants to naturalize.
So question is, can you file for citizenship if your green card is expired? The answer is absolutely yes. You have a 10-year expired green card and you can and should apply for citizenship. The only thing that I can say about that is if you need proof that you are a lawful permanent resident while your naturalization process is pending, then you will need to first file an I-90 and then, you can simultaneously file that N-400s. But again, if my clients have a 10-year green card and they don't need to show proof of their lawful permanent residency, right? Because nobody's asking, it's not tied to their driver's license, they're not traveling out of the country, there's no reason for it, then we just straight file the N-400 without filing the I-90 renewal to save some money on the filing fee as well as on the legal fee. So yeah, and I'm talking about, if you're eligible to file for citizenship, then yes, you can file it even though you have an expired green card. We do it all the time.
Okay, Clarence has a question there that I think we get this question once every week. This is an extremely common question. What would be easier for me to get my fiance here from the Philippines on a fiance visa or a marriage visa? And I think the question is whether getting married here. That's typically what folks mean with this question. Right.
Getting married here or there or anywhere. So there are, well, it's just getting dark on us here. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, can you turn those lights on over there? Sorry, we want good lighting. We want you guys to have a good lighting experience. It's nice and bright.
Yeah, TikTok is.
Oh, wait, maybe it's just here. Maybe it's here. Hold on.
Oh, it is.
Oh. Our technical assistant, she has assisted us in just brightening the room up. Thank you so much, Ray Gardner. Put this girl on the payroll. All right. Answering the question, what would it be easier? So let me try to get through this because we do have a lot of questions, and this is such a great question. And I swear I'm going to do a TikTok on this. It's going to be a 3-minute. It's going to be a 3-minute TikTok because I could do. But it's hard to say. There is no right answer for this question. Is it easier? Define easy. What does easy mean for you? But so let me just kind of go through just the time frames. Okay. So a fiance visa, should I talk about like what used to happen? No, let's just talk about what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening right now? Fiance visa is taking 5 to 7, 6 to 8 months for USCIS to approve. I'm going to talk really fast here because we have a lot of questions. The I-129F, I should say, the I-129F petition is taking about 6 to 8 months for USCIS to approve. Approval, fantastic, but USCIS then has to transfer that case to National Visa Center, and that's going to take 1 to 2 months. So we are, let's just say, at now 10 months, okay? Then you're going to have the interview. That's the big $1 million question right now. What's happening with K-1 visa interviews in the Philippines? What's happening with K-1 visas all over the world? Who's getting preference? We don't know. I mean, because we're still, even though the fiance visa is an exception right now, we're still having issues out of the Philippines and getting them scheduled. So, you're 10 months for the K1, the I-129F to approve, and then 2 months at the National Visa Center, and then boom, is NVC going to go ahead and send that over to the U.S. Embassy in Manila? So that's the big what if. That's the big question. And I don't know what the answer to that question is. Is the fiance visa, is it going to stabilize in 10 months? And are the backlog of interviews going to get cleared up? So you've got a quick interview schedule when it comes time for them to schedule an interview. The other option, Clarence, is you go to the Philippines, you get married. The questions I have, when are you going to go to the Philippines to get married? Can you go to the Philippines to get married? Is it in your schedule? Are you fine with quarantining if quarantining is good? So it's just tough to answer this question. So let's just say you can go to the Philippines tomorrow, you get married in 10 days after you quarantine for 10 days in a hotel room, you're walking around your hotel room for 10 days, you can't leave, and you get married, right? Then you come back, you file the I-130 petition. The I-130 petition, depending on where that petition goes, it's taking, from anywhere from 4 months, Nebraska Service Center, to 24 months. I believe to California is taking a really long time. So I haven't seen a 24-month I-130 petition. That's a really long time. I mean, the processing times on USCIS processing times, that's what it shows. That's not necessarily the reality, though, with processing times. And so if you get lucky and your I-130 petition goes to Nebraska, then in the end, that marriage immigrant visa is going to be faster. But that's it. We just don't know so many things. 2 years ago, I would have said absolutely do the fiance visa. It's faster in the sense that your fiance, your person, the person that you love, the person that you want to marry is going to be standing in front of your face within, 3 to 4 months or 6 months with the fiance visa. I can't say that anymore. So one big negative of doing the fiance visa for some people is when their fiance comes to the United States, because of the backlog of issuing work permits, they're not working. They're doing absolutely nothing for about 6 to 8 months until a work permit is issued. And that's sometimes a hard thing for people when they've left a really good job or are used to being busy and doing stuff, especially Filipinos. They're antsy, just not doing anything. So Clarence, hopefully give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like my answer. It's a thumbs down if you like it, if you don't like the answer. But if I answered your question, let me know if I can provide any more clarification on that. Again, we do answer this question every week.
All right. And before we get to more legal questions, we've had some questions. Let's do a run through. How can people get in touch with us and how can they find us? All right. So you can call us. Our number is 757-464-9224. You can visit our website, gardnerandmendoza.com. How else can they find us? Let's say Facebook.
Yeah, you can reach out to us through DMs through Facebook at Gardner Mendoza Law. You can just, I guess, Google that as well. I mean, a Google search is going to have all of our information, but as John said, 757-464-9224 is our phone number. You can text or call. We have people answering our phones 9 to 5. Our team is amazing. They're great. They'll take care of you with regard to setting up an appointment. You can also send us an email, info@gmlaw.net. Did you already say that?
No, I want to try something new where we set it together like that.
Okay. info@gmlaw.net. Stop. That's distracting.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. We're hungry. I think we're hungry. No, and then DMs through Facebook, Instagram. We're at Gardner Mendoza. And then you can also DM us through TikTok. I do get a lot of DMs through TikTok. It's great. I love it. And I get a lot of comments through TikTok. I try to answer all the questions. Sometimes I can, sometimes I miss them. But yeah, so those are the ways. Any other ways?
So if they're looking for you on TikTok, how can they do that?
Looking for me. I am Immigration Lawyer 1.
Immigration Lawyer 1.
All right. Not Immigration Lawyer, guys, but Immigration Lawyer 1.
And a lot of frequently asked questions are addressed there. So you might want to go through and look at all the TikToks and see, because a lot of the questions that we get here end up being answered in a TikTok or have been answered in a TikTok. So it's really a great resource for information.
And then our Facebook page has a lot of information, like so much information, too much information. And I want to say hello to our buddy Harshan, Mr. Harshan Patel. How are you? It has been a long time. Thank you for coming on to say hi, you and your beautiful wife and your family. And Mr. Harshan, he was with us during the pandemic. So we're glad it's not the pandemic, knock on wood, not the days of the pandemic. But I really always appreciated you and your questions. And thank you so much for your support. And our families are doing really well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Our oldest daughter is graduating. So
good to see you, brother.
So cool. All right. Here's a good question. Are you Filipino? Are you Filipino?
I am.
John's Filipino.
Yes.
He has a barong.
That's right. I do.
No, I am Filipino. Yes. My parents immigrated from the Philippines in the mid-60s. And I am the daughter of Filipino immigrants. I'm lucky. Very, very lucky. All right. Here, let's see here. You read that question.
Right. Hello, how are you? I just want to ask this. So I just got my green card for the first time after 2 years of being married to a U.S. citizen. So I got the permanent residency 10-year green card. My question is, will I get my citizenship by the next year?
So is it Realm?
Yes.
Cool name, Realm. I love that. All right. So Realm has his 2-year green card. If I'm understanding, he also has his 10-year green card. Realm, you can apply for citizenship if you're still married and you've been living with your U.S. citizen petitioner spouse. You can apply for citizenship 2 years and 9 months after getting that 2-year green card. If you are no longer with your U.S. citizen spouse, or this is general information, then you would have to wait 5 years from getting that initial green card. So again, guys, if you have a conditional resident card, you can apply for citizenship at 2 years and 9 months from the date of that card, whether or not you've received your 10-year card. So that's our $1 million tip of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can file early. All right.
All right. If someone on TikTok here wants to know, can I ask what documents will be expected at the embassy if I'm going to the United States on a fiance visa?
So the documents for the interview, I'm assuming that's what we're talking about. I have a TikTok about this, but I'll just briefly go. You do need to bring your NBA. What country?
Does not say.
Okay, you do need to bring police certificates. Okay, from the places that you've lived. You need to bring your affidavit of support, the I-134 that your fiance petitioner has signed on your behalf. I would also bring the whole package if they filed the I-129F. I would bring the application, the supporting documents, of course, and also proof of your bona fide relationship. If you have any additional proof, and I would bring additional proof of that. I'm trying to figure out if that's, and that's what we have our clients go to the interview with. Hopefully that helps. But if you need more information about documents, I do have a TikTok on that.
Yes.
It's got
perfect example of TikTok being a great resource.
Right.
Her TikToks. I don't know about I can't speak for other TikToks. Hers are a great resource.
Thanks, honey. All right. John watches them over and over again for views. Harshan's given us love. Thank you, Harshan. You're so awesome. Thank you.
All right. So when coming to the U.S. on a K-1, can you apply for a work permit until the marriage, the I-130, is approved?
So the question confuses me. When coming to the United States on a K-1 fiance visa,
can you apply for a work permit until the marriage I-130 is approved?
Okay, so when you come to the United States on a fiance visa, the K-1, and this is for unmarried couples, of course, there is a corresponding visa for married couples. I don't want to talk about the K-3. I hate the K-3. I don't like the K-3. I don't recommend the K-3. But anyway, to answer the question, if you come to the United States on a fiance visa because your petitioner fiance filed the I-129F for you, then once you get to the United States, of course, you have to get married within 90 days. And once you get married, then you will have to file a whole bunch of other things, namely the green card application. And yes, you can apply for the work permit application. The employment authorization application is what it's officially called, as well as advanced parole to allow you to travel while the process is pending, your affidavit of support. So when you come in on the I-129F as an unmarried fiance, which is, of course, that's what it's for, I'm just making sure that it's not with the K-3, which is married, then you don't have to file the I-130 because you had the I-129F. You need to just file the green card application and then the work documents, the work application, like I just discussed. So good question. Hopefully this answer, and that's the question that you asked. Let's see here. All right.
Yeah, we've got one here.
Thank you. All right. So any other questions?
Yeah, we've got a general question here from, I can't read through that, but it says, how can I petition my brother? He is in Qatar right now, or Qatar, some people say.
Qatar, yeah. So if a U.S. citizen wants to petition for their sibling, then the first step is to file the I-130 petition. Uh-oh, the internet's not good? Okay. I'm not getting any internet. Okay, so anyway, going back to that question. If you want to file a petition for a sibling or any family petition, the very first step is to file the I-130 petition. You can take a look at that on uscis.gov. Guys, never pay for a USCIS form. And that's the first thing that you have to submit. Now, a little caveat, a little warning that this petition, visa availability for this takes a really long time. John and I were just talking to my dad about how long it takes for sibling petitions. But, in the end, his advice was like, yeah, you got to file it. You got to file it. We're still going to be here 19, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years.
Yeah, we haven't beat that drum in a couple of weeks. We will, and I will in a minute.
Yeah. So I-130 petition. Let me just try to answer succinctly because I always tend to kind of go off. All right.
Okay. And we have a permanent resident here planning to visit the Philippines and wants to know if it will affect his application for citizenship.
Such a great question because a lot of people think that you can't travel while you have an N-400 pending, but yes, you can. Yeah. Just don't stay out for too long. Don't stay out for more than 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Okay. Jem, hello. I'm here in the United States on a CR1 visa. Got my permanent resident valid for 2 years as well. When can I get my father's work in Saudi Arabia? What do I have to do? Thank you. So a lawful permanent resident cannot petition for a parent. So a person who has conditional residency would have to apply for U.S. citizenship 2 years and 9 months from the granting of that first green card. And then once the applicant swears in to become a U.S. citizen, the applicant can immediately file the I-130 petition for dad, who's working in Saudi Arabia. And that process is probably taking, I don't know what it will be taking in the future, But right now, I would say up to 1.5 to 2 years for dad to immigrate based on that. So I want to say that the parent of a U.S. citizen, the spouse of a U.S. citizen, and the unmarried child under 21 of a U.S. citizen, they are considered to be immediate relatives, and there is no backlog on visas. A visa is immediately available. So when I talk about processing times, I'm not talking about because there's no visa available. I'm talking about just the processing time of how long it's going to take for them to get through.
All right. And if I'm Filipino, born in the Philippines, became a U.S. citizen, I'm now a U.S. citizen, I want to have dual citizenship, can I file for dual citizenship in the Philippines?
So dual citizenship, I can answer the general question of yes, as a U.S. citizen, you are allowed to apply for dual citizenship. I think that's the heart of the question. United States does not care whether you are a dual citizen with another country. And it's usually the foreign country that, will not allow it. But the Philippines does allow dual citizenship. Yep. So hopefully that answers that question.
All right. And we have this question again from Ocean. Which visa is faster, fiance or spouse? Rather than have this answered again, I'm going to urge you to
watch the recording.
Yeah, watch the recording of this Facebook live, or check out one of Radlyn's TikToks about this. We were saying earlier, this is a question that we get more than once every week, and so we're not going to answer that again. But you can get the answer by watching the rerun of it.
The answer is it depends. It depends. It depends. But as John and I have always said, whatever you do, just do it. Just make quick action of it, because.
Oh yeah, that's the drum that I was going to beat. Was that, when you hear some of these times, you think, oh, that's going to take 14 years, or it's, backlogged, it's going to take forever, and I don't, whatever. The advice is file. Whatever you're going to do it, because the sooner you get in the line, the sooner your number's going to come up, and your case is going to be heard. So even though we were just talking to Radlyn's dad, like she said about this the other day, and he said, life is funny. You hear something's going to take 14 or 15 years, and you just naturally think, well, forget it. That's too long. He said, and then you just wake up one morning and you realize 15 years just passed, and here we are 15 years later, and you really wish that you had done something, because now it's time. Oh, if I had just filed that, it would be up now to be heard. So do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait. Just do it. Okay.
Just do it. And this is something that we see it. We see it where maybe a client becomes a U.S. citizen, and then our advice always is, hey, if you have family members that you could petition, go ahead and petition for them now. Especially the sibling category is taking 15, 19 years, and I probably told this story last week or 2 weeks ago, but one of our good friends that we helped with naturalization, she became a good friend. She was a client first and became a good friend. She called me and she's like, hey, Radlyn, when I naturalized, the first thing you told me to do was to apply for my sister. And I didn't do that, but I'm ready to do it now. Guess how many years passed? 7 years. 7 years passed. And I felt really horrible telling her that, the sibling petition is taking decades. I mean, it's taking 15 years right now. So I'm sure she was just stunned because 7 years had passed. And I think it was probably about 10 years, taking 10 years back then. And she hadn't done anything. So I know that she was stunned. I know she felt really sad and bad about it. So don't be that, guys. Just do it. Just do it. Because there's really, if you have a sibling and they don't have any other opportunities to immigrate to the United States, you just file it, because the time will come. John and I always talk about how, we now have a 17-year-old. We just remember that when she was born, like how How did we actually get a 17-year-old? How do we have a 17-year-old? How is our law firm open for 20 years? How have we been married for 22 years or 23 years? Like how does this time go? But it just does.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right. Somebody asked, are we located in Houston? Our office is not in Houston. We're in Virginia Beach, Virginia. But as we said earlier, we can help represent folks anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We can do everything virtually. We do everything virtually and have for many years. So if you're in Houston and you would like us to represent you or help you with an immigration case, we can absolutely do that.
And while you're looking at that, I do want to reintroduce, because we do have a lot of new people to our Facebook Live. Just welcome, guys. Thank you for all the fantastic questions. You are, please realize that you're not just helping yourself by asking the question, you're helping other people who are watching as well. So thank you guys for the questions, and thank you for
questions often come in patterns. You can see we get them a lot.
Right. And I'm Radlyn Mendoza, and this is my husband-in-law partner, John Gardner.
And I'm sorry I keep looking away. I'm monitoring the TikTok questions.
Right. And I'm sorry I'm not looking at you guys, but I'm monitoring the Facebook. Right. And we started our law firm in October of 2000. We've been very fortunate to assist thousands of people, and we have 3 daughters. We live in Virginia Beach. Our office is in Virginia Beach. And if you guys have any immigration questions, you can reach out to us by direct message on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. On Facebook, we are Gardner Mendoza Law. And on TikTok, we are Immigration Lawyer 1. And then our office number is 757-464-9224. A lot of people are asking about contact information. So you can text or call our office. So a question here. We would need more information. It says my brother has an ongoing criminal case. Is that going to affect his petition coming to the United States? It would depend on what the criminal case is. I would just say, as a general rule, ongoing criminal cases are not good for immigration cases. Okay, whether you're trying to come here or whether you're already here, just as a general rule. So for that one, I'm going to say we need more information, but probably if he's trying to get to the United States and he has a criminal charge pending wherever he is, that is likely going to be a problem for him, unless it's like a parking ticket or something. I got married again. Some of these questions, I feel like we need a little more information. I got married in 2017, but it didn't work out. Nothing has been done to get me legalized. What should I do? That is a good question. It's one that comes up a lot. What can we do here? One of the things that, if there's no petition, if there's no case that has been started, and even if a case has been started and the marriage falls apart, the underlying family-based petition or even employment-based petition, and if it falls apart, whether it's the marriage, the job, then that vehicle for you to get the green card is no longer there. So yes, we would need a little bit more information, but some of the things that I would ask people who ask me this question, just because we're looking for remedies, is, if there was any type of abuse in the relationship or marriage, if there would be to see if you can self-petition. So little more is needed, and this is probably more appropriate for a consultation, and just for us to find out more information.
All right. And folks are asking, why don't you tell them again where they can find us on Facebook?
Yeah, sure. So, we're, as you guys can probably see, we're looking at our Facebook page here. We've had our Facebook Live for over a year now, and we love our Facebook family, loving our TikTok family as well. But the majority of the questions, we're going to focus on here, but it's at Gardner Mendoza Law Facebook. It's on Facebook if you want to take a look. And you can like and follow our page. Again, we come here every week on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Father's Day to all of you guys out there who are dads. Don't forget to wish your dad a happy Father's Day. Sometimes I feel like, Mother's Day is such a big thing. I feel like they should spread out Mother's Day and Father's Day, because
Father's Day is next.
next Father's Day, June 20th. So I mentioned that to wish you guys a happy Father's Day, but also to let you know that we will not be doing Facebook Live because we're going to be going fishing with my dad. We used to have a fish market, so maybe he wants to be on the other side instead of selling it. He wants to catch it.
Yes, I will be missing my dad.
Yeah.
So here's a question. If I'm a citizen and I petition for my kids, how long is it taking? 6 months?
How old are the kids? Yeah. Where are the kids?
We need more.
Are the kids here? Are the kids here on a tourist visa? How old are they? Are they married? Are they unmarried? There's a lot that more that we would need to know in order to answer that question. Okay, here's a question from Alan. I'm a small business and would like to hire a health professional from the Philippines on an H1B visa. Is the program still running? When should I start the process? I'm trying to bring the person here in 2022. So yes, H1B visa. H1B visa is absolutely still available. The problem with H1B visa is that it's very competitive. There are 65,000 H1B visas available, 85,000 if you have a master's. There's an additional 20,000, but over a couple 100,000 people apply for those slots. So there's a lottery system, and you can submit. So basically, you can submit the consideration for the lottery usually the first couple of days of April. So April 1, 2022 is going to be the next H1B season, I so to speak. And the person is not, if chosen and then you're able to file, that person will be able to begin working on October 1st of 2022. Alan, I hope that answered your question. Thank you for it. It's a great question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we had a couple of questions. One was if you pay to have a consultation with our law firm, can you have a more detailed question and get more detailed answers about some of these where all the specifics are filled in? The answer to that is absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
If you want us to take a closer look at your question with all of the facts added in to make sure that we have a complete understanding of what's going on, then you can absolutely contact our office and schedule a consultation.
Yeah. And, sometimes people don't want to pay for a consultation because there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information on USCIS.gov. There's so much information about immigration. I think, though, that a consultation is going to provide you with a straight roadmap. I remember when I am a self-doer type of person. I remember when, I built our first website. Don't stop, don't laugh, don't make jokes. I was everywhere. Like I was buying the book. I was looking at this website. I was, getting information from X, Y, Z. I really should have just, and I don't think a consultation would help. I just really should have had someone do that. And I'm not saying that you should do your own immigration case. I mean, I don't think it's a great idea. I'm an immigration lawyer, of course. But a consultation will really serve you well. I believe it's just going to kind of give you a roadmap. For people who are here, who have had a consultation with us, please let people know that what I'm saying is true. Now, we charge $245 for an up to 1 hour Zoom consultation. And we're going to go over all the facts. We're going to go over all the facts of your case and make sure that, we have left no stone unturned. We're really going to get into your case and find out, okay, what is going to be the roadmap for your case. And if there's no remedy, then you're going to know that, right? You're going to know that after this consultation. And it also includes follow-up questions via email for up to 2 weeks after your consultation. Now, because we have a lot of one-off questions that we're getting from TikTok, we also are now offering a $75 20-minute phone call. And that's more appropriate for people who just have specific questions. They've got some specific questions. They want to move on. They want to do some stuff, and 1 or 2 questions, 20 minutes, we can answer it. They can do what they want to do. So those are the options that we have.
Yeah, if you're in a process and you've already got it started, things are going along, and maybe you just have a couple of small details that you're confused about, and that's would that be appropriate. But if you have a bigger situation where you just don't really know, like what are the options, where do I start, what can I do here, then a full consultation is more appropriate for that situation.
See, Lakeisha says it's true. And so to help the community, we have our Facebook Live. Okay, we have our TikToks that we do. We also have fiance visa webinars. We've had a visa bulletin webinar. We've had Filipino issues webinar solely with Filipino issues. So please follow our Facebook page and follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We will be announcing all these things. I'm going to try to do fiance visa webinar, at least once a month. It's tough right now just because of graduation and our oldest is going off to college. So, but as Lakeisha knows, we are doing a beta program. It's the K1 coaching program. We're basically there for those who are self-filing, who don't want to hire an attorney for it because they want to do it on their own and they need someone to assist them. If you want more information about that, just put K1 coach in the comments and we'll send you information about that. And that is starting July 1st of this year. We're going to get that program started. So,
okay, we're over an hour now, so we're going to just take a couple more questions and then we're going to wrap it up here. One that came in, I don't know the answer.
Man is a slave driver.
I don't know if you know either. The question was if we have any idea how backed up interviews are in Dubai. I do not know the answer to that question. Have you heard anything about that?
So we just had an interview in Dubai. I was so excited and happy. I don't know what the backlog is like, but we had a fiance visa petition approved, went to the National Visa Center, and it was relatively quick to get the interview in Dubai. It was maybe like one or 2 months. It was not long at all. I was so excited, so happy for my clients because,
okay. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, because this is one of those COVID fiance visa cases, and we can't get anything moving in the Philippines, but Dubai, just because of not as many applicants probably as the Philippines with fiance visas. We got through pretty quickly. So good luck with Dubai. I like Dubai because we just got something done. Okay. Thanks, Lakeisha. See, she's up here. She's the K1 coach.
Couple more that are good questions because there'll be general questions that will apply to anyone else watching this later. I'm a green card holder, can I petition for my parents?
No.
And
become a citizen. You have to become a citizen first. So more motivation for you guys to become a citizen. And for those of you guys who are new and don't know me very well, and John, we are big advocates for applying for U.S. citizenship when you can. And do you want to tell them the reason for this really quickly?
Well, there are many reasons,
but but the one reason, the couple of reasons of the why.
Well, with my criminal defense background, my reason is that once you become a U.S. citizen, then you no longer have to worry ever again about potentially being deported, removed from the United States for any reason. And so that alone for me would be enough.
That is alone for me the only reason as well. So, just from being practitioners, attorneys, we have seen some terrible things, guys, and things that we couldn't fix because somebody got into trouble and all of you guys were like, I'm not going to happen to me. I'm not going to get in trouble. Well, some of the things that we have seen, they also didn't think that was going to happen. And some people, in my opinion, were wrongly accused.
Long-time permanent residents, green cards for many years.
I mean,
in removal proceedings because of a criminal matter that wasn't like they killed somebody or they were a massive drug dealer. It doesn't take those major things like you might think.
Right. So anyway, that we're not going to talk about that, but that is So anyway, to answer your question, no, as a lawful permanent resident, you cannot petition for your parents, but please apply for citizenship and then you can.
And how about, can I sponsor, and this doesn't say whether they're a citizen or not, can I sponsor my niece to come here for her school? She's 9 years old.
A financial sponsor, yes, you could become a financial sponsor of your niece. Yes.
All right.
So that's on the I-20. The school would issue an I-20, and yes, you can be a financial sponsor.
Okay.
You cannot petition for your niece, though. That was not the question, but I recently did a TikTok about that. And
yeah, and the wording that was specifically used, just so you're all clear on that, was she asked whether she could sponsor,
gotcha,
not petition.
Okay.
And yes, that's a good point. Why don't you tell them that again, because that's important, that you cannot petition. Yes,
you cannot petition for a niece or a grandparent or a cousin or aunt or an uncle. There are very specific categories that U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents can petition for. So,
all right, folks, that's all we have time for tonight.
Great questions. We appreciate all the questions and all the just comments, and thank you guys so much for your support. We love doing Facebook Live. We're not going to be here next Sunday. Mm-hmm. I think maybe for summertime we should think about another night, because we've missed because of Mother's Day, Memorial Day, not Veterans Day, Father's Day.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're going to be sorry to miss you guys. Again, happy Father's Day to all of you guys out there who are dads, and my number one dad here. And then also happy graduation to all the graduates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job.
And if you missed our very beginning of our presentation tonight, congratulations again to Joanne Folletta for her outstanding career leading the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. She was our featured feel-good immigration story.
Yes, yeah.
Tonight.
Absolutely.
Right,
we can all do great things, guys. So have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much for joining. And as we do, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, folks. All right.
Take
care.
Ending the broadcast. Take care, guys. This is right here. Bye, guys. Oh.